Good evening, denizens of New York. It's me, Umlaut Largo, the medium. Tonight, we'll be speaking with spirits from beyond the mortal plane. Yes, thank you. Yeah. And thank you, what a disaster. While I have your goodwill, I'd like to pitch you on something very scary. I was walking the aisles of Michael's, which is sort of a home away from home for me. Nowadays, late September, Michael's is cooking. They got all those little fake skeletons that could pop out of your lawn, looking really scary, all the fake tombstones, all the fake cobwebs. Anyway, I was walking through the aisles and I thought, wouldn't it be very scary to have a parody poster of the film Inception, but instead of the title being Inception, it's Inceptum. And there's a little funny photo of a close-up of a nostril, and Leonardo DiCaprio's popping out of either side of the nostril.
Are you going through your Twitter drafts again, Master?
No, I'm coming up with scary ideas for Halloween 2023. Perhaps it could be a fun novelty costume to wear to the party you were invited to. I wasn't invited to any parties, but that's no big deal to me. Anyway, let's talk to some spirits, huh? Tonight, we'll be helping spirits along to closure. Many people die before they're able to commit some crucial act, and they feel that they have unfinished business. All of the ghosts in our mirror this evening have unfinished business, and it will be our choice as a council of mediums whether or not we wish to assist them in getting the closure they so potentially richly deserve. That'll be up to you. And there's some ways that you can help with that. We can call someone from the ghost's past. I have never committed this to memory, so it's $5 for that. I always have to check. It's $5 to call someone from the ghost's past. For $4, you can send the ghost straight to hell. Doesn't have to be a serious thing. It can be, could be fun down there. We don't know. I've been down there a couple times. Truman Capote was down there. We chatted a little bit.
You always bring back a snow globe, too.
I do. It's so... The gift shop, by the way, overpriced.
What is it?
Overpriced. And you can write something on the ghost's tombstone. If you subscribe to our program, we can take a look at the ghost's tombstone. Here's one from last time.
No, this is new.
Oh, yes, what a disaster. He passed away. They passed away. So sad. Get laid, get paid, Gatorade. Yes. Yes. As we all know, what a disaster directed that famous Gatorade commercial where that old Southern man says, naturally we called ourselves Gatorade. Remember that? Remember that one? That's a good one. That'll stick with you. Yeah, that was when they still had glass bottles for the Gatorade. Now it's all plastic. Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Scariest thing in the world are plastics. And of course we have a sub-goal. For 15 subscriptions we'll go to a speed wake, where we will eulogize some famous denizen of New York who recently passed away. Now, They're booing plastics, I know. You didn't have to tell me that, I knew.
I'm just making sure.
I knew.
I know you get insecure.
The Pacific Garbage Patch. Scarier than anything in The Exorcist. Even when she throws up the soup. So I think that's everything. Oh, tarot cards. Join the Everything Now Show Discord. And we'll take a look at some tarot. Here's one from last time. Yes. The Darkness and Lightness Family Guy tarot with the dog from the episode where Brian is replaced by a different dog. That's the official title of that tarot card. And of course it means that the person who had that tarot card drawn had that dog in him. And had that other dog in him as well. Anyway. Also had the other baby. Voiced by, was it Gilbert Gottfried? Who was it? Who voiced the other baby?
That was,
Rupert.
Wallace Shawn.
Oh, yes. Another,
do you know
another guy with a weird voice.
Do you know who voiced the dog that replaced Brian when he died? You know who voiced him?
You know, I've remembered how to do long division from school, but I would gladly excise that from my noggin if I could retain the information of who did the voice for that dog.
He was Paulie from The Sopranos.
What?
Tony Serco.
Paulie Walnuts? You know, they had a reunion special. He had lost it by that point. It was very hard to watch. Lorraine Bracco also drunk as hell in that same interview.
Not at all, Master.
Well, she looked like she was having fun. Paulie Walnuts looked kind of scared to be there.
I see.
Terrible to think about. Anyway, lots of scary stuff tonight. There's lots of scary stuff to think about tonight. Lorraine Bracco drunk. Woo! Anyway, let's talk to a ghost, huh? Paulie D's nuts. Thank you, GoGo Gadget 360. We're cooking tonight, baby. And thank you. Who is that? VTag vs. the World? Is that who it was? Who was that? Just subscribe.
Brando 2600.
Brando 2600. Like Marlin. The fish.
And Atari.
And Atari, Brando. Brando Atari. Oh, huh? What?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
The 2600.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Alright, let's talk to some ghosts, huh? Any ghosts out there? Hello, ghost. Any ghosts? Knock, knock, knock. Hello, are you there, ghost? I'm trying to talk to you. Hello. Oh, look at this. Ah, yes. A dapper spirit. What's your name, ghost?
Ballastair.
Like a baluster, right? Like a balustrade of the house, kind of similar to that, maybe?
Ballastair.
Okay.
The only name in Corduroy. A storm is coming that will wash away this city. And the only ones who will be left standing are those wearing Ballastair cords. My cords will not be silent.
You produce corduroy outfits. It looks like 100% corduroy. I'm seeing your whole suit is corduroy.
That's exactly right.
The hat as well. Wow. Now, what's this about a storm?
A cleansing rain, you might call it, will descend upon this realm and the next. And those that will find favor with God herself, yes, herself, will be those wearing baluster. Baluster cords. My cords will not be silent.
Now, I could be mistaken. You seem to know a lot more. Wow, you're giving me a real... Okay. Can we...
It's the Kubrick stare.
Yeah, he's doing the... You're looking like Alex from Clockwork Orange. Listen, goodness me. All right. I was under the impression that it wasn't necessarily great for corduroy to get wet. Am I wrong about that?
You're wrong about everything you thought about corduroy. Wait, what do you think about corduroy?
I think it looks pretty sharp.
You're right about some of what you thought about corduroy, but not all of it. Ballastair corduroy is rain-proof. It can't get wet. If you thought it could get wet, it can't.
Now, here's my question. You seem to be under the impression that some cataclysmic event, some catastrophe is going to be visited upon wherever you happen to pass away. What gives you that impression?
Soon. Soon it will come.
Okay, right.
A rain that feels like fire. A rain that will rise up and wash away those in their nylons, in their Triangle Shirtwaist Factory tops. Yes, my greatest competitor, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. And permission to riff a little bit, what's a shirtwaist anyway? Hips?
Go off.
Shirtwaist is just hips. Thank you. A fire, a cleansing fire and rain, not unlike that took my competitor, shall fall upon you. Yes, you. Unless you find yourself in Ballastair corduroy. My cords will not be silent.
Now, here's what I'll tell you. It sounds like you've engineered or ginned up this sort of situation for yourself where you're going to wash away, proverbially or literally, your competitors. Was it not the case that your corduroy was selling pretty well on its own merits? I mean, you look great. It's a great fit. Were you doing well economically?
I was doing so well. I actually died giving a speech out to the masses, looking out over a large square. They had brought me up and put me on a pedestal because I was the...
How many people are we talking about in this crowd?
Oh gosh, it's tough to estimate. You know, when you're up there and the lights and stuff, I'd say dozens at least. Dozens to be certain.
Like 2 dozen?
2 dozen, 3 dozen,
Okay.
4 dozen more? How many ridges are on a corduroy? How many angels could fit on a pinhead? We could be up here all day with these questions. Now let me tell you, I was giving a speech out to the masses about my cords and the cleansing rain, and the stage broke and I fell and I died, and I'd just like to complete my thought, really, which is that if you don't buy my corduroy, you will experience something unlike you've ever experienced before. Pain does not even begin to cover it.
Are you legitimately threatening bodily harm on any person deigning to not purchase your corduroy?
I don't care if you purchase it. All that matters is that you wear it. Steal it if you must. These cords will protect you from what is coming, and it is coming soon.
Doesn't seem like you're doing yourself a whole lot of favors telling people legitimately just to steal your product. I mean, that's not going to help your sales or anything.
Based on my understanding, you can't take it with you, monetarily speaking.
That's very true. You've seen the Jimmy Stewart film, I'm guessing, yeah?
That's all they show in Purgatory are Jimmy Stewart movies.
That doesn't sound that bad. He was great in The Man from Laramie. And 90% of the films that he was in, he was cooking with Anthony Mann. Anyway, that's neither here nor
there. Are those the only ones you know?
No, of course not. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Vertigo, Rear Window.
Okay, you're a real Jimmy Stewart fan. Name 5 more that you haven't named.
Naked Spur.
Really? If we could fact check anyone out there, was Jimmy Stewart in a film called Naked Spur?
He was Naked Spur. Spur. Get your mind out of the gutter. Naked Spur.
I'll just take this noose down from the rafters, sir. It's made of... What is this material it's made of?
Corduroy.
It's rope, sir.
It's rope. It's braided rope.
Like the movie Rope.
Just like the movie Rope.
I don't need your help. Does it sound like I needed your fucking help to name more Jimmy Stewart films?
Curry favor.
Philadelphia Story. I know plenty of Jimmy Stewart films. Anyway, you know, he was also in, very briefly, the second film in the Thin Man series. Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent. Here's my question for you. All right?
Ask it.
You want to... Right.
Go ahead and ask.
I don't need your permission.
You have only but to ask and I will answer.
Okay, well, here I go.
Go for it. You seem like you were waiting for me to interrupt you.
Any second.
Don't want to.
Any second now, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You ready?
And I can't wait to hear it and to respond.
I can't wait to say it either.
Oh.
I'm champing at the bit to say what I want to say.
The anticipation.
That's my question.
It's as much as I anticipate the cleansing rain that will come, and my cords will not be silent.
Right. Can we get somebody to fact check the water resistance of corduroy?
2 assignments. First, look up the Naked Sperm, see if Jimmy Stewart's
It's spur, like the spur on a boot.
Just look up Naked Sperm and let me know if you see Jimmy Stewart. Assignment number 2, verify my cords by wearing them yourselves.
Okay. I've worn corduroy in the past. I went to my nephew's christening. And I had a little corduroy suit on. I was like 8 years old. But
that's kind of fucked up. That's like wearing white to a bride's wedding.
Is it?
You were wearing corduroy to your what was
my
it,
nephew's christening.
Yeah, then you got to let your nephew be the star there.
That's true. That's true.
You showed up a red carpet fit at your nephew's christening.
I stunted on those Catholics pretty hard.
How is that going to affect his relationship with the Lord? The Lord who is angry with us.
Well, like most Catholics, he's kind of got a little, like, it rides somewhere between absolute fealty and total ambivalence. Anyway, listen, I keep wanting to ask this one question.
And I love to ask it.
Okay, here it comes.
Go ahead, Master, we're recording.
Here it comes. All right?
Are our levels good?
Right.
Perfect. Action.
Hello, I am Pallister. And my cords will not be silent.
We don't need to take it from the top. This is me preparing to ask this question, okay? You seem to have passed away I'm guessing, sometime in the early 20th century, right?
Right you are. What a great question. Now let's move on.
That's not the full question.
You got your question in, and it's
ooh, this guy. Oh, I'm getting...
I committed the 1911 Triangle Shirtwaist Fire, so yes, you are correct.
That's exactly what I was going to discuss. You started a terrible fire, a conflagration that claimed the lives of many workers at this factory. Now, this was often blamed on the negligence of the factory, but now we can see it was just capitalism doing its thing.
Thank you. I am become death. Capitalism doing its thing.
Do you have any regret at all over this?
My only regret is that I didn't stop Mr. Shirtwaist himself from leaving the factory. Yes, he locked the doors after him. But I'm coming, Mr. Shirtwaist. If you're still out there,
Why?
my unfinished business, kind of two pieces of unfinished business. The first, everyone wear baluster cords if you don't want to die in the apocalypse coming up. But my second piece of unfinished business, Mr. Shirtwaist, I'm coming. And my cords
Why'd he lock the door
will
after
not
he
be
got
silent.
out? Why'd he lock the door after he made it out?
He can only feel big when others feel small. It's the mark of a man who would never wear corduroy.
See, to me, I thought maybe it was a Looney Tunes style situation where he thought the fire was chasing him, and he's like, I'll keep it from getting me. I'll lock it in.
Lock it in the door. You just a little Looney Tunes logic to keep the fire in there. Yeah,
exactly.
Now, I experienced a Looney Tunes type situation myself. There was a mural painted in the town square. I ran smack dab into it. Mr. Shirtwaist put it up. It said, "Corduroys down this block." I ran into it so quickly. Classic running form where my one arm was out, one arm and one leg. Ooh, what an embarrassment.
And you walked off like a little accordion. You got flattened, popped back up. Yep.
It's like you were there. And suddenly you won't be there anymore. If you're not wearing baluster cords, my cords will not be silent.
Okay. Whoa, wow. Hey, Wicked Lazy, my gosh.
Was that $58.40?
$58.40.
They must really want me to leave. Well, guess what?
What was that about, Wicked Lazy? What was the move there?
You trying to silence my cords? They will not be silent.
No one's ever been sent to hell more dramatically. I don't think that's what they want, though. I think they're liking your stuff here.
Let's let them answer, because it's a lot of money. I feel like you got to ask your question.
We'll do whatever you want for $58.
Come on. Standards master.
I'll do anything for the 40 cents. That's a lot of money in my time. Yes,
it's a fair trade. Sounds good to me. Hey, one of our council meetings, and I'm just the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. They said, "Can you wear corduroy if you're not still a virgin?" The intimation being that the only people wearing corduroys are people who don't fuck. Which is a ridiculous assertion as far as I'm concerned.
Was hoping that we wouldn't get into my Volcel tendencies on this, as I have two pieces of unfinished business, but I guess I'll touch upon the third, my holy trinity, if you will. I would also like to have sex for the first time. I was so devoted to the ridges in between my cords that I drove a ridge between myself and any partner. I demanded perfection and never stopped to gaze luxuriously into my lover's eyes.
Well, famously, women and men have ridges as well, so it's kind of a lateral move.
Famously, women have ridges.
Women and men have ridges, both of them.
Oh, Ruffles should get on this.
Exactly.
Rage for her pleasure.
Rage for her pleasure, yes. Here's a question for you, and maybe you've tested it. Because I know you haven't fucked, but maybe you've been over there.
You love getting ready to ask questions.
He's got you there.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
Loading them up.
Let's get this.
Wait, did you ask the question yet, or was I too mean?
Okay, we're moving past questions and into statements. Let's get this ghost sent to hell as quickly as possible.
That's happening.
$4. I cannot take criticism, and I refuse to do it. I won't have it. Okay, so you started the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire.
Yes.
I'm
Ara Volcel, yes.
Ara Volcel, you want to have sex in the afterlife. Mm-hmm. You said you had a second piece of unfinished business. What was that?
First piece of unfinished business, make everyone wear baluster cords. That was my main thrust. Mm-hmm. And I have dallied from that path, but make everyone wear baluster cords, otherwise the cleansing hellfire. Second course of business, kill Mr. Shirtwaist. Third order of business, have sex.
Okay. Well, I think time did the second one for you.
Ho-ho! Time is a cruel mistress.
Yeah, but
well, I mean, she did you a solid this time. Kind of fucked up to say she's cruel when she did you the major solid of killing that guy.
I just don't know women. Is cruel mistress a positive or a negative? I get so nervous.
Who can say?
Around them, I know I look good, but I don't know.
A man after my own heart.
When you've been involved so long, it turns into incel. It does. I don't know.
Here's your tombstone. Here lies the Harold Camping of early 20th century men's fashion. May he rest in silent, wet cords. Who is Harold Camping?
I'll Google it.
Anybody want to Google that? Can one of my minions Google that for me? Thank you.
My cords will not be silent. Can we remove or adjust that tombstone in some way?
Okay.
Harold Egbert Camping was an American Christian radio broadcaster and evangelist. He served as the president
Deep
of
cut.
Family Radio.
Wow, deep cut. Real deep cut. Does he look like this guy? Is it an aesthetic thing?
I mean,
Kinda?
all the pictures of him are him like really old.
Okay. Well,
It's like that sometimes.
you died young. You were a young entrepreneur. You said that your corduroy will not be silenced. What if I were to tell you that your corduroy is actually loud AF?
I would appreciate that. I would say thank you. I would say I'm sorry I got on you about the questioning. It seems like you get my whole deal.
I feel like I've never vibed more with a ghost that's appeared in our mirror. So I want to do everything I can to make your corduroys pop off, because we've taken care of the second thing. I don't know about the third thing. I would just...
Feels like the third thing's happening. If we've got a vibe going and...
Honestly, you can be my Patrick Swayze. I think we could make that happen, don't you think?
Wow.
With the pottery and all that?
Certainly. I've never seen the movie. They only have Jimmy Stewart movies in Purgatory, but I can imagine.
I'm trying to think if there's a Jimmy Stewart film that's kind of like the... Okay, imagine if in It's a Wonderful Life, if Clarence, you know, he's someone who's passed away, but he can come back and interact with Jimmy Stewart. Imagine if Clarence and Jimmy Stewart started fucking in the movie.
Oh, now I like that a fair bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. But here's what I'll say. If you really want to close in the afterlife, I think confidence is a big thing. And there's nothing that's going to get you more confidence than being a successful fashion entrepreneur, even after you've passed away. So we need to get corduroy popping. What could we do, and this is the last thing before we'll send you on your merry way. What do you think that we could do to help boost and bolster the sales of corduroy after you've passed?
Car wash.
Come again?
You know, like a bikini car wash.
Is the idea that
raise money for the cords.
is the idea that the people washing the cars would be wearing corduroy?
And they could
So I wasn't really paying attention.
prove that it doesn't get wet. I think that's
go.
a great idea.
Thank you.
We should have a car wash to save everyone from the apocalypse. Why? That's just crazy enough to work. You and I can have sex, umlaut, and then we could have a car wash.
Threw that in there.
Did we ever find out why that person gave $58.40?
What
What a
was that?
specific amount of money.
Was it? What were
It
they?
was for the shirt.
Oh, okay.
They're buying Everything Now merch?
Yeah, interesting.
Is it corduroy?
Next time, I think we could definitely.
Next merch drop, we can get some
next merch
corduroy?
drop is just corduroy.
Corduroy V-neck.
Dong Diggity has resubscribed because they don't want to miss the corduroy merch drop. Good on you, Dong Diggity. Boy, I'd say my voice has stayed consistent, as have my aims.
Keeping a weird voice consistent for the entirety of a program.
Thank God that's your voice.
Thank God I don't have to worry about that. Thank God this is what I sound like normally. Anyway.
Can't hear it.
Hey, I agree. Let's fuck. Let's get this car wash going. I may have to rain check the fucking. Give me an hour and 33 minutes, and we'll. Hey, let's rain check it. Get it? Because of the flood and the.
Yes, and I'll be using a corduroy condom, of course, and I am a top.
Okay, the corduroy condom.
They don't get wet.
Hey, they're ribbed.
For your pleasure.
For my pleasure. Great. Hey, pleasure to meet you. What was your name again?
My name?
Did I ever get your name?
Baluster.
That's right.
Baluster cords.
Like a
My cords won't be
balustrade.
silent.
Like a balustrade, obviously. Okay,
Save it.
Bye-bye.
Am I not going to hell? Okay, I can
No,
leave.
you're good, yeah.
I'll see you soon.
Hasta luego.
What?
Spanish hasn't been invented back then. Hadn't been invented back when he was alive. Oh, look, a second tombstone. Ballister. Cordy jockstrap smells great after 5 days of camping. You wearing a jockstrap camping? Go off. Go off, King. All right. Hey. It's just that easy. Brando 2600 goes, ah! Oh, sorry, I got scared.
Got ya.
Boo. He said boo. Oh. Pretty spooky stuff, huh? Wow. Wow. Oh, another one. Rest in peace, Rocky. I thought that he had something of a resurgence with those Creed films. Personally. You know, the pathos of the series returned in full swing. You know. I mean, the first Rocky, is really stupendous stuff. We forget about that. It's a romantic film disguised as a sports movie.
It's true. The fourth one has a robot.
That's true. Happy birthday, Paulie.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paulie. Anyway, that's pretty scary stuff too, little robot. Anyway, let's talk to another ghost, huh? Any ghosts out there? Hello, ghosts. Any ghost? Hello, ghost. Another dapper ghost with another that type of hat.
It's me, see?
I see you. Absolutely, I see you. No questions asked. What's your name?
Johnny Grapeseed.
Johnny Grapeseed.
Yeah.
You got some suspenders, Johnny Grapeseed.
Ah, yeah.
Quite
it's
the-
American.
Quite the sartorial choice. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily have associated them with America per se, but
It's an American thing.
well, so you're from America.
That's right, yeah.
How did you die, Grapeseed?
Oh, a classic case of the American black lung. 1935, I got the case. By 1955, I was dead.
1955, for all intents and purposes, you seem like a remarkably antiquated type of guy for 1955. They had fucking fast cars in 1955.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You're talking like a fucking newsie is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how it was in the 50s, you know.
Okay.
We read the news. We dreamed of a future America.
What kind of stuff were you dreaming about?
Wow,
there,
yeah.
Grapeseed?
That was the American dream. A suburban home, a beautiful wife, some sea bass spread out on a plate.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
It's the American dream. But you got the American black lung. Again, not something I associated exclusively with the United States, but I'll take it. Now, how'd you get black lung?
Oh, yeah, it's just the average case of black lung. Most men my age got it around age 35. You got it by age 45, you're dead.
Doing what?
Oh, just everyday life in America, you know, we just,
Just walking around, you got black lung?
yeah, it was pretty common back then. I don't know if you've, read the history reports, but yeah, pretty much 98% of men.
The history reports? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, well, right. Well, I'm just aware that history is always being recorded, so I'd assume
Right, good
that
safe
in
assumption.
the future, you'd have reports of all the cases of black lung.
Yeah. I'm noticing you're wearing jeans with your suspenders.
Yeah.
Blue jeans.
Yeah, back then, you know, maybe if I had a pair of corduroys, it'd fit better. But these seem to slip off.
I gotta hook up. Hey, I thought black lung was something typically found in, I don't know, coal miners, people that worked underground,
Chimney sweep.
chimney sweeps.
I was following the American dream the best I could. My home was made of pure glass. And the walls were also made of asbestos and other bad chemicals.
So it was a clear home, save for the asbestos that you decided to place. How did you affix it to the glass?
Well, that was my problem, see. Before I passed, I was low on funds.
There are a couple problems with this.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Right. I was low on funds, trying to live out the American dream. And, yeah, by the time I got to the buying a house part, it was so expensive I had to just scrape up whatever materials I had to build my home. So, that's why it was such a dangerous environment. I developed a bad case of the black lung, and here I am.
Yeah. Have you, you mentioned that a wife was a part of this equation for you. Were you betrothed? Did you get married?
Yes, oh, my sweet Genevieve. Well, part of the American dream is, can you find yourself a woman that's sort of got the limbs of an octopus? That was always part of my dream, and so I found Genevieve floating in the ocean. She was half alive when I found her. And, yeah, I just noticed that she had gills and sort of, she had,
Gills?
yeah, like 8 arms like an octopus.
And gills like an octopus?
No. That was a bonus, because I also wanted
the cornerstone of a healthy marriage is knowing about your spouse, and it seems like just the most basic physiological realities of your wife have eluded you.
Well, that's the American dream. Have a fish wife.
Now, let me just double back on something you said a while ago.
Right.
You said that part of the American dream was having a big sea bass for dinner?
And that's that's one part of the
So
American dream.
you and your octopus wife with gills, that was half dead when you found her, when you fished her out of the ocean, have dinner frequently in your glass house filled with asbestos, and that dinner tends to be other fish?
That's the American dream.
This is a bit...
Hey, wait a second.
It definitely sounds like a dream.
It
but
is.
like not an archetypal dream.
Oh,
like,
that's the common American dream for men my age and from my time. Everybody wanted, fish lady wife, glass house asbestos, and then maybe just a big map of Cuba spread out on a plate of grass. We'll maybe sprinkle some essential oils on it, and then I can smell it, and it smells like Cuba. But yeah, so that would be maybe part of my American dream too.
Okay. Where do the kids factor in? A lot of people, when they talk about the archetypal American dream, they say white picket fence, they say 2.5 kids, you know. Did you and your wife
2.5 kids? Oh, yeah, that would work for me, as long as they're all 99% made of glue. Now, I don't know about you, but in my day, people really are just glue is a major part of our consumerism. In the 50s, we had this boom, the post-war, everybody's buying stuff, and I'm looking around at other kids, and they're all just human. These human kids, and I,
You say
as
that
an American,
like a pejorative. You said it with such vehemence and hate in your heart.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to look to a new future, right? And how are you supposed to throw your kids up at the ceiling and have them stick if they're not 90% glue?
Woo!
Okay, here's a question. Did you experience any significant head trauma when you were a child?
Well, aside from the black lung, I haven't had too many illnesses. Let's see.
You've been fit as a fiddle otherwise.
Fit as a fiddle, ready for work, sir.
Speaking of work, you may have had an occupation when you passed away, but did you have a dream job? For your dream American life?
I wanted to be a map inspector.
Just let that one linger out there for a second.
Now, there are a number of ways this could be interpreted. I'm going to choose one of them and run with it. After the maps...
Alright, just the black lung.
Right. After the maps have been completed and released to the public, you do a sort of review of the maps to certify just the veracity of them, the accuracy.
I'm mainly checking them out to see what sort of essential oils have been spread out on them. Do they smell like the place that they're from?
How often are any essential oils on the maps?
I'm looking for, it's not that I want it to smell like the place that it's from, it's that I want it to have a smell that nobody else could say that place has smelled like before. So if I'm smelling Cuba, I'm saying, this smells like maple.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. you're paid for this? Who's paying you?
That's the American dream, see? I want to make sure that I'm saving up for a big, big backyard so I can lay out my maps.
So do you not have any official source of income? Is this all speculative?
That was my problem, you see? I was trying to
You have a couple problems I'm seeing, but this is one of them. Go ahead.
Yes, a lot of unfinished business, but yeah, it was hard saving up. My generation, it was hard out there. And imagine these days, it's easy to buy a house.
No.
No.
Okay. No, you have to really, you got to find at least 200, 300 maps that smell like patchouli to afford even to rent an apartment in most cities now.
Oh, that's like a whole career of a map inspector in a nutshell.
Okay. What kind of training did you have to undergo to be prepared for this kind of work? Did you go to school for this? Were you college educated?
Oh yes, I'm pure American breed. Went to college, studied at Harvard University in map inspecting and peculiar design.
The peculiar design major at Harvard. It's many an illustrious career began in those hallowed halls. Okay, so we know what you want to do for work.
Whoa, that black lung really got me.
Mm-hmm. Now, outside of the workplace, outside of the family unit, as an American, we all love our pastimes, whether it's athletics or some sort of art that you partake in. Was there anything that really was part of the American dream for you as it pertained to sort of outdoor hobbies or activities?
Of course. Well, one of our biggest pastimes in the 50s is listening to the radio. And for me, I was always a free thinker, and I would take pictures of the radio so I could share it with my friends.
Mm-hmm. So you'd hear like Jack Benny.
I'd hear a great story about the Korean War, and I'd take a picture of the radio, show it to my neighbor, and say,
"You won't believe this.
You can't even imagine what they were talking about in this picture.
Wait till you hear what's happening over there to our boys overseas," and then you show them the picture. So
it's the American way.
I feel like I don't need to tell you the problem with your approach. Do I?
I think you might, because that was one of my favorite hobbies.
Nobody can hear the picture, pal.
Huh?
Nobody can hear the picture.
Oh, but they see the radio. They know that somebody was. They must know that somebody was talking. If it's a picture of a radio.
If I saw a picture of a radio, I'd be like, "Yeah, there's noise coming."
There was some noise. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I stand corrected. Okay. Great. So look, I'm seeing a lot of avenues of life that maybe could have been improved upon, or things that you maybe wish you could have had time to perfect. We don't have time to address all of them necessarily. Mm-hmm. Is there one particular aspect or avenue of your life that you wish you'd had time to get some real closure on?
Yeah. So many unfinished dreams.
An incredible list of things.
So many. It's the American way. I think I'm gonna have to go with the sea bass. All I really wanted was a big
one sea bass
table filled with sea bass.
Okay, well, how about this?
Eh?
How about this? We'll go, me and my minions, we'll go to a little grocery store.
Okay.
Did you have those back then? What were they? What's your ideal version of an American grocery store?
Oh, yeah, it's a food mart. It's got all the seaweed and crabs and sea bass and just all the normal foods that we had back then.
Absolutely. Me and some of my minions can go and take some pictures of uncooked sea bass from the supermarket, and you can imagine what it looks like on a table. Because you'll have to imagine, similar to how you took photos of the radio.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me. I'll know exactly what that sea bass tastes like just from the picture.
Perfect. So that might give you some closure. Would you agree with
that? Yeah, that's it. That's all I
So
need.
let's turn it over to the folks at home. We'll do a little poll, and we'll decide whether or not we're going to go help you out with that.
That's, this is what, we were all working together to fulfill our dreams.
Now, I think one way to help to justify our going out on a limb and helping you out is if you were also like just kind of a good, upstanding guy. One aspect of the American dream, I think, is giving back to one's community. Was there any sort of charitable endeavor that you partook in while you were alive?
The run for buns. That's steak buns I'm talking about. Not the type for fish, but the type for steak. And I would run around my streets and scream, hey, it's about time we filled our shelves with steaks and meats.
You would do this alone?
Yeah, well, it was my way of giving back to the community. Rallying support for our grocery stores and meat departments.
Yeah, they really needed it back then, I guess.
Yep.
We have a tarot card reading for you while folks are deciding on your fate. Let's take a look in just a moment.
Yeah, just a moment.
Are you familiar with the art of tarot?
Blueberry?
What is it? What was your name? Blackberry?
I think I was John. I know who I am, and I'm Johnny Grapeseed.
Johnny Grapeseed, right. I almost called you Johnny Blueberry.
That would have been
Anyway,
fun.
Johnny Grapeseed. Yes.
It's my carrot card.
Yes. The sardine and saltine cracker tarot. This, of course, as we all know, means that at some point in your life, you had to settle for something that you weren't quite interested in eating. Instead of the sea bass, you had the sardine. What did you have to settle for in life?
Well, as much as I love my sweet octopus-like, fish-like wife,
Now,
Genevieve...
it's shifted from being straight ahead octopus to being octopus-like. Could you clarify?
Because it was 8 limbs, but fish gills. You see? Kind of like an octopus.
Great. Continue. Sorry.
But, yeah, I just feel like I could have, I don't know, maybe spread my wings a little and found some other mutation to bring home that maybe supported me in my dreams, because, well, Genevieve, she didn't understand why I had all these maps sprung about the house. Why I was always looking at the supermarket shelves for different types of seafood I couldn't afford.
She didn't support your career.
She did not.
Classic wife blunder.
Yeah.
Classic ball and chain fail.
Yeah. And she said, there's no way our kids could be made out of glue. And I said, woman,
Common ball and
this
chain
is
F.
the 50s. This is the dreams.
Wow.
Give me glue babies.
You know, divorce wasn't nearly as popular back when you were alive, but subsequently, maybe you're kind of a trailblazer in this regard.
Yeah.
Unhappy marriages are very common, and divorce tends to be how they resolve themselves.
Oh, huh. Yeah.
Wish you could have been around for that.
Yeah, well, I'm here now. Good old me.
What religious what religious affiliation granted marriage between you and your octopus spouse?
Oh, yeah, well, most people in the 50s.
It seems like you're having to think about it. You don't just know? Your church?
Well, it was not that simple in the 50s, okay? People had different religions and backgrounds and ethnicities. We came from all the world. It was a melting pot. So
It's even more so like that now. It's, if anything, we could look at archetypal American life in the 1950s and find it's extremely segregated and not terribly diverse at all in terms of just the daily goings on of life.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, in the 50s, it was not like that at all. So strap in, buddy, because we had all these different things going on, like Christianity and Judaism.
You've named 2 things.
Well, that's a lot. That was a lot.
It's more than one thing, I suppose. That's certainly true.
Yeah, well, it's the 50s. Crazy times.
Well, did we, yeah, the racism was certainly more nuanced than it was previously. The racism was diverse. Thank you, Google Gadget 360. Did we decide to help this gentleman out?
We're gonna give him the fish or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna go take a picture.
Oh, sweet!
Take my... that classic 50s turn of phrase.
Yeah. Yes,
take
sir.
my Samsung Galaxy to the Trader Joe's and get a picture of that fish.
Oh, it's gonna taste great when I look at that picture.
Oh man, you're so beautiful in your simplicity. Has anyone ever told you that?
Thank you. It's just how we live. We're just waiting for the American dream, and that's a picture of some sea bass I can keep for dinner.
Me and a guy dressed head to toe in corduroy gonna fuck later. You want to join us?
I do.
Great.
Maybe throw on a pair of pants so I don't have to suspend these jeans any longer.
We can make that happen for you.
Excellent.
Great. All right. I think we're good.
Johnny out!
We'll get you that picture. Jolly out? Is that what he just fucking said to me? Jolly out? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell?
Sounds like a thing they'd say back then.
Come. Yeah. What we just heard was pretty stirring stuff. Pretty moving. When your octopus wife and your sticky kids hanging from your glass house's walls don't support your desire to see scented maps profligate throughout the United States. There's only
Cirque made so many movies about this.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, every Douglas Sirk melodrama was about this. Rock Hudson coming home to an 8-legged Jane Wyman, disappointed as hell, huffing that asbestos. Well, great. Let's talk to another ghost, huh? By the way, just a heads up for the folks out there. Now, this isn't me saying, how much would that be? 5 times 10. What's that? $50. This isn't me saying, give me $50 so that I can take a piss, but it is me saying that. If we get 10 more subscriptions, we can go to the Speedway and I can go take a piss.
I gotta go too.
I gotta take a mean piss. So does Rocky. So, $50 is kind of a steal. You have to pay $50 to use a public bathroom in LA nowadays. You ever think about that?
So true.
I think about that. In septum. All right. Let's talk to another ghost, huh? Any ghosts out there? Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh,
You just walked right. Okay. How you doing?
the portal was left open.
So it's that's fine. No big deal. No big deal. Thank you, real. What was it? Real. What was
Rether
it?
Akira.
Rether Akira. Feels. It's a cool name. Hi, ghost.
Hey,
You look confused, spirit.
I was just staring at the sun, and then all of a sudden everything went black.
Let's get a close-up of this ghost's face. Take a look at those eye sockets.
Zooming.
Oh, yep, they burned that shit. The sun burned that shit real bad.
Yeah.
How long were you looking at the sun?
Oh, it's what I do. I'm a sun chaser.
You do.
I want to, it's not scientific, but I want to look at it.
You know, when you described it, it didn't sound terribly scientific. Not terribly. I'm surprised to hear it's not.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I am Marshall Teeth.
Ah, of the Pennsylvania Teeths.
No, not related.
Okay, got it. Hey, you work at Trader Joe's?
I have.
Oh, you did? Okay, I got
did.
some folks going over there to take a picture of some sea bass.
Oh, that's great. That'll taste great when he looks at it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the Fearless Flyer is all about. It's a taste sampling menu. Anyway, so you would stare at the sun with binoculars
Yeah, just when I could find it.
so you can see all the details of it.
I could see as close as my binocs let me see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gosh, were you just fascinated by the just space in general, or just the sun?
Well, we knew one thing going in is that it sure was bright. It was a very bright sun, and we knew that. The group of us knew going into this that we might see some things that people haven't seen before, but we just didn't expect it to be so hot that it took us out.
So how many people passed alongside you?
Oh gosh, I mean, 800-900, but we can't be
What?
exactly sure because everybody was so spread out.
Now, I was always told as a kid, as a little boy, not to stare at the sun because it'll blind you. But this not only blinded you, it killed you somehow.
Well, it was interesting. It's the first time I was really trying to get in depth. There was a solar flare, and I really wanted to take a look at that closer up. And so I had my magnifying glass out, just right so I could get that sun right in that magnifying glass, and it hit my eyeball, and I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it was hot.
It would have had to be there for a while, I feel like, to take the kind of effect that it did. You didn't think, this hurts, I should stop doing it?
Well, I was watching the sun. I'm a sun chaser.
You've clarified that.
Yes.
I'm saying, over the course of staring at the sun, the pain must have been excruciating. You didn't think I'd like to stop doing this and regroup?
I mean, I think everybody can agree, no matter what type of pain you're in, staring at the sun will take that pain right away.
I disagree fervently. I disagree as vehemently and pronouncedly as one can.
Well, the group of us agreed. So that's why we went out there and...
How did you meet? Was it like a forum?
We were all just sort of...
Chat room?
Well, we were wandering out, in the streets.
You met each other on the street?
Well, we were trying to find the sun. There's angles in the city that are better than others. And naturally, I think we all just sort of grouped. And we literally bumped into each other because we were staring at the sun. So it was sort of like how dust gathers in a certain part of the room. And that's how we passed away from the sun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
What strikes me is the sun is it's okay and it's important for us, but I feel like I would rather get out a telescope and look at some more interesting planet.
Don't you say the moon. Don't you say the moon.
Do you have a problem with the moon?
Do I have a problem with the moon? You see my eyes? You see how much I look at the sun? You think I ever look at that disgusting gray piece of fucking filth in the sky?
Wow, hey, okay.
Jesus.
The moon helps with tides and stuff, okay?
Yeah.
That's pretty important.
Yeah. And the sun is very hot, so weigh that out. Hot tides. I'll take heat. Thank you.
So dismissive. So dismissive. Now, I'm so curious to find out what your unfinished business is, but we'll put a pin in that. We have someone on the phone for you.
Oh.
Someone from your past. Let's see who it is. I'll put them on speakerphone. Click, 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 click.
Oh, hey. It's me, your 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Applebaum.
Mrs. Applebond?
Mrs. Applebaum.
Mrs. Applebaum?
Oh my
fifth grade
God.
teacher?
It's so good to see you, but what? Oh, your eyes! What happened to your eyes?
I was just doing like you told me, staring up at the sun.
Wait a minute.
Mrs. Applebaum, you did your student dirty. You did them a disservice by
I
telling them
said
that.
to look at the sun, but only through doctor-approved special sun eclipse glasses. So you could learn about the solar flares like I taught you in class.
And thank you, Mrs. Applebottom. I really wanted to see the sun in its all of its flares, and so I did get that, but I did it myself. I got binoculars. These are way thicker than glasses.
Oh, no. You know that. Oh, my God. What? And they might put this on me. The school board might think that this is my fault.
Oh, you're gonna be on the news, Mrs. Applebottom. I've passed away.
But no, because this can't come back to me because you're like 20 or 30 years older from what I was teaching you. This is like...
Yeah, I think this is evaded the statute of limitations.
Yeah, you're an adult now. This is not... I didn't influence a child to do this. You're an adult, right?
We'll find a way to put it on you, Mrs. Applebottom.
Well, Mrs. Applebaum, he is wearing a Hawaiian shirt and some shorts and the hat on backwards, so they may be an adult, but they're still adolescent in spirit, as far as I'm concerned.
Well...
We had a guy in here
as long as he learned his lesson.
We had a guy in here wearing all corduroy. I don't know if you ever seen something like that, Mrs. Applebaum? Ever had your hair?
In my years.
Ever had your hair blown back by a guy in all corduroy? Ever think about something like that?
It's not in my expertise. I'm sorry.
Corduroy is usually tan. It's a similar color to the sun.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's a... Okay, sure.
This boy's fascination with the sun is gonna kill him.
How did he do in class, Mrs. Applebaum?
Don't lie. Don't lie about this, Mrs. A.
He was very, very fascinated in the sun, so he did know a lot about how the sun works.
So let me just imagine a scenario. Like you're talking about Abraham Lincoln getting shot, and he's like, "Let them solar flares."
That's right. It was all he could think about, that boy.
I didn't know the term solar flare, so I said sun boom.
Still, though, he was pretty accurate with his science.
Again, this is not for science. though.
Wait, hold on, Mrs. Applebaum. Let me stop you in your fucking tracks there for a second. How was he accurate in his science?
Well, he knew the sun was big. He would say, "Big sun."
Thank you.
He would shout it out from the back of the room.
In the middle of like a math lecture, he would just say, "Big sun."
Yeah. He was really, and then he was also, he was interested in the solar system in general, so he would count the planets in order.
Hey, are you good? Like what do you do for work?
I think it's pretty clear what I do. I look at the sun.
It's
I
not-
looked at the sun.
It's not a job. It's not a job. How do you
Well,
pay
it
rent?
was really bright.
How do you pay rent, pal?
Rent doesn't matter when you're looking at the brightest thing in the universe. Now, that is science.
And that is scientifically correct.
Okay, you are an enabler, Mrs. Applebaum. You're,
We should hang
I
out
told him
more.
not to do it.
Mrs. A, let's hang out. Have you passed?
you're dead. You're dead. You're still kicking? You're still
I'm
good?
still teaching.
Look at the
Fifth grade
sun.
science.
Look at the sun for a little bit and come and join me.
I will not be doing that, but I wish you the best. I hope that you've learned your lesson. That the sun you should not look at it directly with binoculars.
I don't understand anything you just said.
I'm gonna
Mrs.
hang
A.
up. I'm gonna hang up. Click. Do you,
Hello?
Hey.
Is this Domino's?
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I hit the speed dial button. I have you on. So can we confirm that with Spectrum? Can we get more like spectral?
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Damn, sir.
Thank you, Ouija. Thank you, Ouija. Was it Ouija? Was that the guy who subscribed just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, what was your name one more time? Help me out here.
Right, well, my name, and I've been this way the
Wait, no.
whole... What? Listen up.
No. I walked away to take a piss.
Right?
I refuse to come back and accept that you become Australian.
No, I've been this way the whole time. Interesting, and I've always had this extra tidbit of a trait in me.
Don't you remember, sir?
You don't remember? It's me, Marshall Teeth. Evening, I chase the
yes,
sun.
of the Pennsylvania teeth. Now
Yes.
here's my question for you, Marshall.
Right.
God, there I go again. Oh, we have a tarot card reading for you, Marshall.
You don't want to keep
You should be a right cracker.
Yeah, we'll take a second for the tarot. A right what?
A right cracker.
Do you people fucking say that? Since when?
Once the sun calls your name, you stop saying cracker.
You got like almost now you're Cockney. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always been that way as well.
Okay, great. Hey, here's so. What in the world? Do you have anything else going on in your life other than the sun chasing?
The moon hating.
Right. Yes. Okay. Now, what has caused you to have such consternation toward the moon?
It's not a cracker. It's over.
Define to me what a cracker is.
A cracker is something that really spins. It's something that really has a lot of push. It's pushy. It's got a bit of suds on it, if you know what I mean. It's not up to creek.
I don't know what the fuck. Hey, you asked me if I know what you mean. I don't know what the fuck you mean. What the
Right.
fuck are you talking about?
A cracker.
cracker spins.
A cracker, a pusher, a spinner. For God's sakes, man. It's good.
What are you doing? Okay. All right. Let's play a game.
Sure.
You and me.
Love games.
Cracker, not cracker.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Kim Kardashian.
There's a bit of a pusher there.
Wallaby.
There's a cracker on.
The Sydney Opera House.
That's a crack on there. Good place.
A kangaroo.
Ooh, crack on.
I've got no closer to understanding your thing. That's fine.
I love the sun, mate.
I know. No, that I know. That's very clear. Marshall Teeth. pee on my balls. Now, Marshall, this is your tombstone we just took a look at.
Sure
That's
is.
your grave.
Sure is.
If I were in charge of writing a grave, based on what I've learned about you so far, I would say, who loves the sun? I'd like quote the Velvet Underground or something. Right? The Reed. Instead, someone has chosen to identify you as somebody who's into someone peeing on their testicles.
It's me giving one last big slap to the moon. So I've placed my tombstone is faced exactly where the moon can see.
But how does the phrase "pee on my balls"?
Because it can't. The moon can't pee.
The moon. Let me just the moon.
Yeah.
Which, in your framing of its cognitive abilities, can theoretically see anywhere.
Yes.
Has chosen to look at your tombstone.
Yes.
It sees the phrase "pee on my balls."
Yeah, and it can't do it, mate. It can't do it. Because it's a moon, it's not a man. One last dig at it.
All right. Now, why are you so over the moon about the sun? I understand aesthetically. Oh, here's your tomb. Here's your fucking Jesus Christ. Here's your tarot. Forgive my laughter. I have a condition, tarot, from the Joker. It's from the Joker. Were you alive to see the Joker?
I left right after it, so I saw previews and I saw the hype.
So you went to see the Joker.
I saw the previews for it. I was seeing something else, but I saw Joaquin Phoenix do his thing on the trailer there.
Could you say that one more time with your
Yes,
accent?
it's
Joaquin.
It's Joaquin. Joaquin.
Okay, is he a cracker?
Penis. Phoenix. And he is a crack on, mate. He's wow. He's a cracker for sure. For sure. I bet, if I was alive to meet him today, I bet he would look at the sun with me. I really do. I truly believe that.
I doubt it. We understand that you appreciate the sun aesthetically. We understand that your 5th grade teacher unwittingly inculcated within you an almost obscene fealty to the sun and all that it represents. Mm-hmm. But is there something, I think a Freudian or some sort of psychoanalyst might hear all of what you've described about the sun and identify it as some weird, latent, unaddressed psychological issue that has manifested in this weird reverence for the sun.
Unhealthy obsession with the sun, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Like something in my mind has broken and it's pushed me to the point where I want to stare, at the sun all day.
To the point of self-harm, yes.
Yeah. No, that's not
Let's
not
try
to do
and
with me.
unpack that. That's maybe your unfinished business, unless you have some other unfinished business.
Well, my only unfinished business was to stare at the sun one more time. I just needed one more glance at
that
it.
last one would have done it for you, huh?
It would have done it for me, and I wouldn't have had to do it again. I promise. Just like gambling.
Let's start to peel back the layers of this little onion here. Were you fully fucking torqued when you looked at the sun? Did you get hard looking at the sun?
Crack
Was it
on,
sexual?
mate. Yeah. Very.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that clarifies a lot for me. This is a kink thing. You and 900 people that you met on the goddamn street all agreed that the sun got you going.
Not all of us. Some of us had stronger feelings for the sun, more than just sexual.
Almost more familial.
Right. It's like, you love your cousin, or you love your mother, but these guys, they
you
love
started
the
with a
sun.
cousin. It's
Yeah, I have some. Okay. I had some.
right, because you're dead now.
Yes. Passed away. Crack on.
It almost feels like some just sort of liberally applied word that has no real fixed meaning in your mind, but you say it as it's reflexive.
Everyone knows the word sun, mate. It's
I'm talking
up there in
about
the
crack
sky.
on. I'm talking about crack on.
Oh, crack on. The sun is a cracker.
What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck. God damn it.
Yeah, so if you could just help me see the sun one more time.
Well, it's nighttime now. So, this kind of looks like a sun. You ever think about that?
Looks like a sort of a cross between the sun and the moon.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel a bit squeamish. Makes
Little
me
ambivalent.
feel a little bit antsy. Nice.
That's great art.
Yes.
When you feel that sort of internal dissonance over the encounter of a thing.
It's too small to be the sun, though, so I know it's not the real sun.
You got me.
All right.
You got me there. Shit. All right. Well, let's decide as a group. If everyone decides to help you with this, then what we'll do as soon as it's dawn here, we'll wheel out the mirror. We'll put it on one of those little moving dollies, and we'll wheel it outside so that you can take a gander at the sun one last time.
I would love that, Mike. Just 1 or 2 more times would be fantastic.
Okay. Now, well, hold on.
Yeah.
1. We can do 1.
Well, if you're gonna bring me out there, might as well just bring me out a couple more times, so I don't see the difference in it, really.
Okay. This is a real. You give a mouse a look at the sun book situation where we'll start with 1, and then suddenly now you want a second one, and then before long now you've moved in, you're redecorating the place, we're making trips to IKEA, and you want the sun window. You wanna knock out one of the walls, do some interior design. You know, I heard a guy who built a house that was all glass. You would have liked that a lot.
I think I'd just rather have the sun.
Okay. But we have to stop at 1 look. Anything else is a little excessive.
Right, 1 or 2 looks and
Yep.
and I just let me see the sun.
Don't try to pull a fast one on me, all right? It's 1 look.
All right, fine. It's 1 look. I mean,
Just 1 look.
It's 1 look.
And I fell so hard in love with you. Whoa, I found out. Did they not have that song in Australia?
No. This song sounds. It's a good song. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to learn it.
It's just 1 look by what's her name? I almost said Doris Burke, which is insane because that's the ESPN woman.
Yeah.
That made you laugh?
It did.
That's great.
I blew the accent right out of my mouth.
Wait, say some more stuff.
What are you talking about, Ryan?
No, you still got your
No,
accent.
it's fine.
He had it the whole time.
It's been
You
here
had it
the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know why I would question that. All right, looks like we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna get you 1 more gander at that big old sun up yonder ways.
Right, crack on. Crack on.
I feel crazy. I've never once heard this expression outside of this conversation.
Well, let's push it up. Let's get cracking.
Let's push it up.
Yeah.
Numbers up.
Let's pump. Let's push. Come on, let's sway.
All right.
Let's crack on.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time. As soon as 7 a.m. rolls around, because I will not get up any earlier for any reason, we'll roll you outside with that mirror, and you can take 1 last loving, longing look at that beautiful globule we call the sun.
That's gotta crack on.
We're also,
Crack
by the way,
on.
me and 2 other guys are gonna fuck.
I'm gonna go watch the sun.
Okay.
I could stop.
All right,
by.
that's fine. No problem.
All right.
Crack
Crack on.
Three's a crowd.
Should I wait here? Or you want me to wait over
You
there?
wait over there.
All right. Right, crack on then.
He came from the land down under.
Did you know they call Burger King Hungry Jacks?
Vegemite sandwich.
Yep.
Said to the man, "Are you trying to tempt me?"
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, yes.
So good.
Mel Gibson, was he from Australia?
I think so.
No, wait.
He wanted to pretend that he
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's talk to another ghost, huh? Let's see who else is out there. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. We're so close to having a speed wake. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
You're my boy. Thank you. All right. And he goes out there, knock, knock, knock. Hello, I would like to talk to you. I want to have a little chat. Hello, ghost. And he goes out there and love to pick your... Whoa, shit.
Whoa!
Yeah, wow, look at you.
Whoa!
You popped right in. What's your name, ghost?
I'm Wally Wright. I'm the stepbrother of the Wright brothers. Did I achieve the first flight?
Wally, I got some bad news for you, pal. This is the first I've heard of you. your two brothers, your blood brothers, well, actually, I guess they're blood brothers with each other, and you're just some guy.
Wow, have you been talking to them? That's how they talk to me.
I made a little bit of an assumption. They famously were the first people to engage in manned flight.
And they're famous for it, but there's no mention of Wally?
Not a one.
Ooh.
Wally.
Ooh, I was the Hawk of Kitty Hawk. They sent me up there every time. You know how many injuries I took done trying to make that contraption fly?
You do look like you're banged up, Wally.
I got dip spit on my blouse. I don't know if that's coming across. I got a Chinese finger trap on my finger.
Now, how did that happen, Wally? Did you fly into one?
I did. There was a goose that had one Chinese finger strap in between its little talons. I'm flying around doing my darndest to keep this contraption in the air. Wouldn't even call it a plane, call it a contraption. And I put my dang finger right through it, and it's been stuck ever since. And the fucking darndest thing is, when I try and get it off with both fingers, it gets more stuck.
Oh, no, Wally, no. You put the other one in there.
Oh, darnation.
Wally.
So you're telling me the Wright brothers are famous, like real deal famous?
Real deal famous,
Like
yeah.
if someone named their names, you'd say they were cracking and they should crack on? Are they that level of celebrity, be honest?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's exactly what I would say about them. Do we have a tombstone that we were going to take a look at just now? Yeah. Here lies Wally Wright. Just some guy. Wally, that's a common Wally Wright L. I'm so sorry to tell you. Now, Wally, you sustained a bunch of injuries. They cared enough about you to involve you in the process, but I guess they just decided to forget about you when success came their way, huh?
They call me a human meat shield. They threw me in the contraption before it was even had 2 wings on it. I mean, they just would huck me in there. They'd say,
So what did they do with it, with this device with no wings?
They'd say, we're not beating up on Wally. We're teaching him how to fly. And they just put me in a 1-seater, 1 wing,
Just
and
push
me
you
off
down
the
a hill?
cliff.
Yeah, okay.
A hill if I'm having a good day.
And a cliff otherwise.
Yeah, they are like, you went down to town hall and changed your last name to Wright. You ain't a Wright. You never gonna be a Wright.
You know what?
Boy ain't right.
Wally, wow.
Thanks.
That's really good. That's really good. That should be on a tombstone.
That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right. Hey, I do have some good news for you, Wally. You have been immortalized in one way.
Do I get to
wanna know
ask a
how-
question? Okay, yeah.
No. I have good news. About, I don't know, 60, 70 years maybe after you passed away, a famous cartoonist named a little coyote after you.
Wow.
Wile, they called him.
Whoa. And does this coyote kind of get whatever he wants? If he's chasing maybe one critter in particular, would he get his way? Is that what he's known for?
No, just like you, he eats shit on the regular.
Oh.
He flies off cliffs, he wears dumb outfits, he blow up.
I wouldn't say this is dumb. It's a common blouse of my time. Oh,
No.
I thought you said you had good news.
Well, I mean, kids love you.
It was like when my brother said they had good news. I said, what's the good news? They said, we got chewing tobacco. You don't. Ha, ha, ha.
Wait, so that wasn't your chewing tobacco spit on
No, I wouldn't spit on my own blouse. It just says one of my nicest blouses.
So they spit on you and you'd have to cover up like this?
They said, this is a flying test. If we're going to fly for real, we need to make sure we can fly through dip spit. I said, we can't even fly yet. They said, spit, 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 pa-choo, you're a spittoon, pa-tunk. And I used to have to make the noise. They said, when we spit on you, better
They
make the
made you
noise.
make the noise and you did it?
Of course I did it. I wanted to be immortalized. The Hawk of Kitty Hawk. Wally Wright.
Wally.
But it sounds like Wally wrong.
Wally, you may have wanted to soar up in the air like some beautiful bird in flight. But really, you're more of a fucking doormat, Wally. You just took it. Why didn't you stand up for yourself, Wally?
You don't need to stand up for yourself when you fly. It's hard to be surrounded by turkeys when you're also a turkey yourself. And you want to be an eagle and furthermore the Hawk of Kitty Hawk. And I rest my case.
I guess. Hey, did you ever contribute to the designs at all, or were you just a test dummy, more or less?
I had a lot of good ideas. A toaster with 3 slots. Big old radio
Why
bigger
not
than your
4?
head.
Wait, why not 4 slots? If you're moving from 2 to 3, I mean, I feel like why not just go all the way? Go 4 slots.
You eat four slices of toast in one sitting? With your figure? Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
With my figure.
Yeah, you look great. You're telling me you eat 4 slices of toast in every sitting?
I normally
Master.
save this for the end of the interview, but me and 2 other guys are gonna fuck later. You want in this?
I would love to. I just gotta let you know right now, my peeners hurt and my beehole is busted. It's going on flopped all the way out. One of our first prototypes.
Your butthole flopped out?
It flopped all the way out. One of our first
All the way out, not even halfway out, all the way?
all the way out. One of our first tests was an underwater plane, and I got stuck on one of them vents real down in the trenches, you know, where the hot air comes out, all the fish look like freaks.
Underwater plane?
Yes, an underwater plane that we were trying to create, and it was pretty successful. We figured no one's gonna want this, so we never told anyone. But
We made a submarine and we're like, this is boring. Who cares?
Submarine? Who dat? I know a mariner. That's a seaman in my time, which I can't produce anymore.
Here's a tombstone for you. Wally Wright. He did. They didn't even have the dignity to give you an A. They did not even have the dignity to put an A in dead.
They sound like my school marm, never give me an A. Wally, see me after class. This assignment wasn't good, you got blood on it. I said, well, I was right before they slapped me in the back of the head. And by they, I mean Orville and Wilbur Wright, who surely are going down as some of history's worst stepbrothers of all time.
Wally, again, outside of that goofy little coyote who done got bed up all the time, you are not even a footnote. You're not. I went to a museum in D.C. where they had a big plane on display, and they had your brother's name, and wait, now that I think about it, interesting. I'm remembering now. At this same museum, they had some old photographs from when they were doing the tests. They were from the personal collection of the Wright brothers, and there were 2 men, and those were the Wright brothers, and then there was a 3rd man, crumpled up in a heap, and they drew a little arrow pointing to him, and they wrote, "Dumbass loser nerd."
I'm so glad you accessed your mind palace to remember that image. That's exactly the kind of shit they do. They be defacing photographs, which took a long time to take back then.
Right.
You'd have to stay still for damn near an hour, and then they'd write on it, nerd and shit like that, and they were all saying their catchphrase, meep meep, to me. They're just mean.
Damn, they would meep on your ass.
They meeped on my ass so much, I still tried to get up there and fly.
Till it fell out.
T-hole fell all the way out.
Yeah.
My peener is, honestly, it's seen better days.
Oh, are you a singer in your spare time, Wally?
Well, you know, I don't like to gloat. Anytime I try and get above my station, they slap me down in my head and make a big noise. Boop, go right back down like a stooge.
Well, this is what we call nowadays a safe space, Wally. You can feel free to express yourself without the fear of castigation.
Really?
Yes.
You guys want to hear me sing a tune?
Sure. Go for it.
Seems like you don't.
Well, I realized as I was trying to be generous and kind that I would actually have to hear you sing if I really followed through on this, and I'm on the fence about it, but go ahead. Well, it's fine.
Ooh, this is one of the worst insults ever, false hope. How dare you?
No, you know what? No. Go ahead.
You don't deserve my song.
Give us a Wally. No. I'm sorry. Egg on my face, Wally. Give us a song, Wally.
Egg on my face? What is it, my birthday? At least I get dinner that night. Gotta slop it up. When they did egg on my face, that would be a good day for me. And it'd be like one of them challenges where you can't use your hands to get the food. Get the egg on my face, I'd be like...
One of those challenges? One of those challenges? What
y'all ever seen, you do like a cookie or a biscuit on your forehead and then you gotta get it to your mouth? No hands, just moving your face?
Wally,
y'all do that in the future?
Wally, do you ever think you deserve to get bullied with that kind of shit? You ever think that maybe saying that's the kind of thing I'm into was what earned you their ire?
I don't think I deserve any of it. I think I'm the Hawk of Kitty Hawk. I think I flew higher than anyone, and history will remember me fondly as the only one with the stones to get in the first prototypes. The only one to get up there in the ocean and try and fly. Because what's a heaven for? If man's reach cannot exceed his grasp, why do we live? I was up there trying to soar. And yeah, I got 2 big brothers, and they spanked me well into my later years. And they stole my wife.
With a paddle or their bare hand?
Both.
They'd pull down your trousers and spank your bare tush with their hands?
It got so as to they said, don't wear anything but a union suit so we can just do the flap real quick and get bare ass to hit and then put it back on.
Like
These were not
prospector.
These were not good guys. No! In my boredom while you were crying, I got stuck in this infernal trap again.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I've been moved. You want to sing or what?
I do want to sing, but I want to sing a song that people want to hear.
Someone said I can fix him.
You're right.
What kind of song? But I just feel like
the...
there's going to be very little cultural overlap between what we appreciate as good song writing and songcraft and what you knew back then, like the top 40 hits of your day.
Top 40? That's the highest number I ever heard.
Come on.
We didn't have all them numbers back then. Now tell me, what
Can somebody Google when the plane was invented, please?
When was 41?
I'm having trouble placing it in my mind palace. When was the first manned flight conducted?
I don't know.
1929?
1783.
No. 1783, what? No.
Well, NASA says so.
They're full of shit. Wait till you hear about this. Wait till you hear about this. The government wasted a bunch of money to put Whitey on the moon.
Whitey's on the moon?
Whitey's on the moon.
I'm getting beat the hell up by my stepbrothers, and Whitey's on the moon?
Yeah.
There's a character out there who chases around a little roadrunner, and the roadrunner go meep meep just like my darn stepbrothers did.
And now Whitey's on the
moon. There's a number called 41, and Whitey's on the moon. My beehole has flopped all the way out. My peanut and veggies are smashed to bits, and Whitey's on the moon.
Your ass fell all the way out, and Whitey's on the moon. Oh.
What people want me to sing about?
It was 1903.
It was 1903.
Kitty Hawk, at least.
Yeah, practically yesterday. Yeah.
It was for me. In many ways, it's the very moment.
Was a singing career your unfinished business, or did you have something else in mind?
I want to be famous. If my songs are good or my inventions are good, I don't care.
I feel like we'll record this right now. This will be a demo tape.
Oh, you will start recording now. Okay, good.
Right now, we're going to start.
It from the top.
Yeah. Who's this ghost? What's your deal?
I'm Wally Wright, the Wright brothers' stepbrother.
Let's just get right to the good stuff. Whitey's on the moon, Wally.
Ooh, that frustrates me.
Yeah, there we go. Oh,
outrage lever pull.
Well, Wally, I don't think the acting's going to be a thing. It felt way more organic the first time around. Okay, how about this? Let's somebody out there give us one song that Wally can sing.
It's going to be worth it. With this kind of build-up, I promise I will make this one song definitely worth it.
It's going to be really worth it. Aqualung. Sitting on a park bench.
Come on.
Getting spanked by my brothers.
Keep going.
No, that's
you can
No,
sing.
now it's your job. Barbie Girl, Ocean Man, Margaritaville.
Yellow Ledbetter.
Yeah.
Just,
Frankie Teardrop.
You know, I think a big problem for me as I'm seeing these words flash up is that I died in 1903.
Yeah.
So I'll do that one that's
How
WAP.
about
WAP, I'll do that one.
Yeah, do that one.
enough.
Yeah.
Whap, 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 whap goes the propeller of the plane. Whap, 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 whap goes my brother's pain. They're gonna hit me if I fly, if I land, I'm gonna die in the sand. Either this contraption works and they'll take all the glory, or I'll hit the land, it'll be a different story. They'll take down my Union Jack flaps, slap my little ass this way and that. One cheek's more sore than the other. I think Orville's getting stronger than Wilbur. I'm the Hawk of Kitty Hawk. This is how songs are in my time, which is 40 to me. The year is 40. We don't have any higher numbers. And one more thing that I'd like to say is don't say meep meep to me.
It's kind of like wheels on the bus.
Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're talking iTunes Top 10. This one's gonna go off. This one's gonna go viral. Wally, you made it, kid.
I'm famous. Thank you.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Well,
what?
Well, okay. I don't mean to pull the rug out from under you, but Wally, we're talking like 15 minutes of fame at best.
That's more than enough for me.
Wow, you're a simple guy. You little red.
Finish your thought.
Your little red tushy doesn't want for much, does it?
It won't later with you, me, and those two guys you mentioned.
Fuck, yeah, we're gonna knock boots. Yeah. That feels like something you would have said in 1903, knocking boots.
That's right. That's what we called it when we would see a man named Boots and say, he don't got no style.
They were knocking boots.
We're knocking boots. All right, well, I feel like we've taken care of your unfinished business. We'll see how the Spotify numbers reflect how creative that song was. And I think it's fair to say that before long, we'll have some people remixing your tune, and then that will further help to solidify your presence on the pop charts here in the United States.
It's one thing to be famous, but I'm looking forward to that fuck. I'm gonna put this on down there. Let's see if we can get it off, partner. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, he spins out. He spins. He kind of did a little spin move. Up.
What?
You did up. Oh shit!
Maybe I could be famous for this. Y'all
Yeah.
don't move like this?
Now, is this a product of the head trauma you sustained? Is this the CTE that's talking right now? This desire to spin with wherever you go?
CTE. It was hard for me to learn my CTEs, which of course is our alphabet in 1903. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. They didn't need the A back then.
It was a luxury.
It was a luxury that they couldn't afford. In their union pants, they used your union suits. They all have the butt flaps for easy access, easy spanking. Easy spanking, yeah. And Whitey's on the moon also.
They put a flap where the butt is.
And Whitey's on the moon. Really, really good. Yep, this is a good one. Hey, don't let that interruption fool you. This one's been a banger. No pressure on the two guys waiting in the wings. We gotta bring it home, okay? All right. Rome 2 Dank says, I'm so high. Go off. Go off. Go off, slime. All right. Yes. Harold Camping is a deep cut, says the show that references Whitey's on the moon. I'm sorry. We're not all bumping Whitey's on the moon.
The kids don't love Gil Scott-Heron these days?
You and the kids aren't hanging out in the CVS parking lot comparing your sound systems, bumping Whitey's on the moon.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that Gil Scott-Heron?
Yep.
Yeah. Another good one, Washington, D.C. Another good song by him. And Whitey's on the moon. All right. Any ghosts out there? Hello, ghosts. Any ghosts? Oh, this feels like a crowded apparition. Oh, looky here. Whoa. Goodness me. 2 ghosts. I'm seeing double. 4 ghosts. That's so I can't steal from The Simpsons like that. Anyway, what's your name, fellas?
Hello,
Hey, you got a knife. Hold on a second. One of you's got a
He's talking.
hammer and a knife.
I thought he was talking to you.
He's talking to you.
Can the guy sitting down make sure to really project? Because you're off mic, technically speaking.
Oh, yeah.
It might even be better to have both of you stand and just kind of get like real close to each other.
Get up here, Reagan.
Just get. Okay, so we got one name. Your name's the one with the knife's name is Reagan.
Yeah, I'm Reagan.
And I'm Tegan. And we're the Stanzak brothers.
We're the Stanzaks.
All right, you're wearing doctor robes. Are you doctors?
Award-winning.
Top of the field.
What body gave you an award? What awards-giving body?
Peabody.
You won a Peabody. I always understood that to be for media.
No, we did it for surgeries and stuff.
Okay. All right. So Reagan and Tegan,
Yeah.
you're a duo.
That's right.
Is it what kind of work do you do in the medical field? What specifically is your practice?
We're on the frontier of health and Medicare and medication. We were visionaries in our field. We experimented with all types of new surgeries.
Okay, name a couple.
Well, we got, we were talking about doing that, the head transplant.
There was the head transplants.
We did that. We had
The whole head?
Yeah, we started that one.
You guys replaced the entire cabeza?
Yeah, you take one person's head and replace it with another person's
Not
head.
that hard. You just need some sewing.
It's like what you would do with a hand or a limb.
And is this decision born of a need to switch heads, or is this just like a cosmetic surgery?
This is because we're trying to, reach a new level of surgery and biology that the world has never seen.
I asked a very straightforward question. Is this an emergency procedure that's for the health of the patient, or is this a cosmetic surgery?
It's a selective surgery.
Selective surgery.
We started a hospital as brothers.
And then we take the patient home still as brothers.
Our hospital's called...
Why every single detail you've given us so far, it feels like you've struggled to pull it out.
No.
Yeah.
Perfectly legal.
Perfectly legal. Everything is above board.
I didn't ask. I didn't ask about the legality.
Yeah, you can look at our paperwork. We're clean.
We started a business.
Okay, show me the paperwork.
We don't have it on hand.
When we died at the same time, we didn't have the paperwork
We
on
weren't
us.
holding. We weren't clutching our binder.
Tegan, your eyes are shifting like fucking crazy. You are looking back and forth like someone is like you're on the lam.
I told you those eyeballs I put in were all screwy.
Yeah.
You replaced Tegan's eyeballs?
Yeah, well, if we're gonna open up a public selective alternative hospital, then we have to make sure that all of our optional procedures are worth it for the people.
So you had an alt hospital, all right?
Yes.
Was it? And I know you have the paperwork to suggest that it's licensed. Was this a popular facility? Were a lot of people coming in and out of your practice?
There were at least 2 people in the building a day when we were working there.
Is that? I mean, if you're replacing a whole head, I mean that's a full day. I feel like a full day of work. You can't rush that.
You'd be surprised what you can rush.
Okay. How long would it take you to replace somebody's head?
What do you say? What do you say, Reagan? Like,
That's usually with proper equipment, and if we had a proper sterile environment, somewhere in the ballpark of 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Tops. This is why we were renowned as, we could perform these insane procedures incredibly fast. We're trying to break records.
We both came up on the speed surgeon scene.
I gotta be honest, really weird way to market your surgical practice by saying our practices are, quote, insane. Quote unquote insane. You use the word insane to describe the surgeries that you did at this hospital.
Our surgeries are totally mental.
They're off the charts.
It's gonna blow your fucking mind what we do over here. Yeah, so I noticed one of you's got a hammer and one of you's got what looks like a Bowie knife. Were you using these as tools during the surgery?
Well, yeah, you see here, you got your basic bone hammer, and then over here, he's got his serrated long scalpel.
Skin and eyes, for the skin and eyes.
The serrated long scalpel, again, looks like a fucking tactical knife.
Yeah.
It looks like a tactical knife that someone would have brought into
in alternative medicine, simplicity is key. And that's what they teach, that's what we taught ourselves at each other's universities.
Yes.
That we both attended.
So hold on, Tegan has a university where they teach medicine, and Reagan went to it.
Right.
And vice versa.
Tegan School of Medicine, and I went to
Reagan's Alternative School of Health.
Yeah. Fellas, despite your protestations to the contrary, I'm beginning to think you both are frauds.
What are you talking
that you're engaging
You're crazy.
We got paperwork.
We just didn't have it on us when we died.
What do you want?
So you two are supposed to be medical practitioners, above-board medical practitioners, and you're trying to gaslight me?
Oh, I mean...
What the fuck?
How about you get a free surgery on us next time you come over?
Okay.
We can get you fresh eyeballs.
Okay, now we're talking. Okay. I've always felt that my ears were a little weird.
You'd be right.
That's the first thing I thought when I got in this mirror.
And I said, these guys...
He's trying to hide them behind that hair, but I mean, man, oh jeez.
Come on, those guys could be shaved down.
I could hear an elephant with those things.
I mean...
Okay, so here's... That's a really interesting way of saying that. I would like to have Stephen Colbert's ears. Can we switch? He's got two perfectly normal ears. I think everybody in America can agree. There's a guy with two normal ears.
I'm Googling it right now. Oh my God! They're so normal.
So, can we make that happen?
Let me discuss with my brother and work associate, and we'll come back with you with a quote. How's that sound?
Great. I'll be right here.
All right.
Take your time, fellas.
What do you think? Like $400 or $500?
I was thinking in that range, but we could charge him a couple extra if he wants those types of ears they were talking about on the Google search.
Yeah, what is he talking to? Jeremy Renner earlobes or something?
Yeah, that guy's got good. Maybe we could just get his earlobes.
We can take him all. Yeah, let's run him for a loop. Let's take this guy for a little loop on the surgery table. He won't know what's coming.
On three.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. We love to do your surgery. About 800. So. Are we clear?
Gentlemen, your sidebar was perfectly audible.
Thank you.
We got special reconstructive surgery on our vocal cords to make sure that we're extra loud.
There's a megaphone in there.
You just said you were going to essentially take me for a ride unless I'm misunderstanding your aphorism.
That's just doctor talk. We're just planning out how we're gonna,
You were laughing with each other about it. You both seemed to be getting off on the very idea of taking me for a ride, taking advantage of me monetarily, fiduciarily.
Oh, I mean, that's not what we do.
No, that's impossible. Can I talk to my brother and associate here for a second?
I'll give you a moment.
All right. I think he found out what
I
we're
think
doing.
he's onto us.
I think we better come up with something fast.
We need a plan stat to get out of this one.
We're gonna need to charge him
Extremely
more money, or we're gonna need to get out of here.
Okay.
You're
Let's
talking
go
louder
for a
than you
loop.
were when you
On
were talking
three.
to me. You're talking louder than you were when you were talking to me.
3. We can't do your surgery. It's not in the cards. Shame.
What happened, gentlemen? Did you run up against the limits of medical science?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Can't get you those. We can't get you those ears. Not for that price, that is.
Unless you can meet us halfway at $3,000 per ear.
Come on.
How is that halfway? The price is more than tripled.
I don't remember what the first number was. I think it was-
$800.
We've moved on.
No, I mean we're on the next quote. That's a different. This is a fresh
This is for the
quote.
full quote of the full surgery.
Yeah.
what was okay? What does the full surgery entail? I just want to get my ears
If we're talking about
swapped out.
2 ears, we break each ear into 3 portions, so that's 6 pieces. So the full surgery would be all 6 pieces of ear.
On each side.
Rounded, but we'll round it up.
Right, well, I'll mash
So
it.
it'll be 10 pieces of ear for what was it?
What, like $3,000 a piece? So you're looking
Soon
at just shy
Shy
of
of
$100,000,
$100,000.
something like that. Brand new ears for you.
Jeremy Renner's ears.
I don't know if I have that.
We'll get you.
I don't know if I have that on me, and I also don't know if I want Jeremy Renner's ears. I'm asking for Stephen Colbert's ears from the Colbert Report. And now he did this show on the television.
Is that guy who was in the that version of the Bourne Identity movies that was newer, that was without Matt Damon? That's that guy, right? Stephen Colbert.
You're still talking about Jeremy Renner.
And
No, he's Hawkeye in that one
the
DC
Marvel
film.
Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
You're still talking about Jeremy Renner.
I mean, but
Come on.
he's got the ears.
got-
Do you
those
take
ears.
Medi-Cal?
It's our advice that you're gonna want Jeremy Renner's ears over
Do you
Stephen
take
Colbert.
my insurance? That's the question.
Insurance. Come on, with doctors.
We insure you, it'll be fine.
It'll be great.
So I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket for Jeremy Renner's ears.
Most likely, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of money.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's cheaper if I bundle something. I've also always wanted Christina Hendricks' nose.
Okay.
All right. Can I?
Well, we could do you one better.
we can
How would
throw
you
you
like
in.
your stomach to be permanently filled with meatballs?
There you go. See, there you go. See? There
That's
you go.
why we are visionary.
Walk me through how wanting Christina Hendricks' little nostrils on my face would suggest to you that I would want meatballs in my tummy. Walk me through how you got from point A to point B.
A simple dissatisfaction with your nose and sense can be solved with a full tummy and never needing to eat ever again.
Ever again.
You ever been told that your bedside manner is dog shit? I'm a simple man. I'm just like you. I'm just like everybody else. I want Christina Hendricks' septum, and I want Stephen Colbert's ears. Very simple, man.
So let me
And
get
you can't
this.
provide that for me? I mean, let me ask you this. How many times did somebody come up to you with a simple procedure and you said, oh, we'll do X, Y, and Z for you. We'll throw these in. But it's going to cost you. Did you take advantage of people?
Listen. If you want, what did you want? You wanted Jeremy Renner's ears and a big tummy full of meatballs? Is that what you wanted? We could do that for you.
Yeah, that's easy.
in our repertoire.
This is what we were known for at our hospital.
That's what I got my degree in, was meat.
I guess he was in the town. Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. I'll take Jeremy Renner's ears and I'll take a tummy full of meatballs. Now, usually when one has a tummy full of something, eventually it's digested, so it really kind of defeats the purpose to do a whole swapping of one tummy with another.
Not this meat. This meat is undigestible. It's mostly metal. So you don't have to worry about passing it.
Why call it a meatball then?
Well,
Why not call it a metal ball?
we paint it. You know, there is sauce involved, so it's not as
What
unpleasant.
color do you paint it?
You know, meatball color, red, little brown, lighter shades of pink.
That checks out.
You can't spell metal without meat, with the letters rearranged and another letter also.
That was our slogan. Can you believe that?
So the slogan for your medical practice, two brothers who performed elective cosmetic surgeries,
Yeah.
was you can't spell metal without meatball,
With the letters rearranged.
with the letters rearranged and also one other letter.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what they said when they saw us on the streets.
Fellas, how did you die?
Well, as visionary, groundbreaking doctors, me and my brother here, we thought, hey, we both have this headache.
We both got a terrible case of a headache.
And so we thought, hey, well, why don't we permanently never have headaches again?
And we thought, how better to save time than to operate on each other.
At the same time.
So you both began a brain operation on each other simultaneously.
Yeah, well, it had never been done before, and that's what we do.
Pioneer the field.
I see the problem. Did you have any assistance from nurses, or were you guys was this a solo operation?
What did you say?
Nurses. Did you have any nurses that helped you out?
Ooh.
Nurses?
Nurse? What do you performed these really involved surgeries, including head replacement, without the assistance of a single other individual?
We didn't know
you
you
two.
could do that. I thought it's just the doctor.
Fellas, I feel like there were a number of oversights involved in your operation. Now, did you have any unfinished business? I mean, other than swapping out each other's brains, which I can't do. None of us have the capacity to assist you in that. Is there anything that we could accomplish here on Earth to give you some closure?
I guess if there was one thing both of us really wanted for our practice, was to do the ultimate surgery. The ultimate procedure.
Removing a rib so that you could suck your own dick?
That is one of them.
Okay.
That was
I
very.
can't
We
think of a
did a
more
vote,
close.
and that was close.
That was very close. We still do that procedure though.
Okay.
That's a good
We
option.
can throw that on top of your meatball stomach.
Speaking of meatball stomach, this procedure that we want, drum roll please. Meatballs in your socks.
Up in and around your shoes, your feet, in between your toes,
Maybe
inside
a couple
the
in the
sock.
pocket.
Fellas, what you've described doesn't require anything even approximating surgery.
Oh come on,
Come
you
on,
gotta
you
get.
gotta get that foot off.
How
if
are you
wanna
supposed
put
to
those-
get him
Come
inside?
on. What do you?
You said you want the meatball in the sock, in the shoe, right? Did I understand that correctly? Did I hear that right?
You're following along.
But
Okay.
if my sock has been surgically attached to my foot because of
Okay.
previous procedures,
Yeah.
then there's no way to get into the sock
I'll-
without
right.
getting into the
Yeah.
foot.
What was the rationale behind attaching the sock to your foot?
Oh, so to permanently never have to put on socks again. That's
great-
what we do. We're visionaries.
It's honestly a great
Boom.
reason. Look, as somebody who's afraid of going barefoot in public, I understand where you're coming from. It makes a lot of sense to me. In fact, I'd like to set aside the possibility of Jeremy Renner's ears, a tummy full of meatballs, and the third thing that you offered me. Instead, I'd like to have permanent socks on my feet.
Well, we only got the one pair, so we'd have to take them off Reagan here. But I think we could do that.
Yeah,
Reagan, are you comfortable with that?
That's fine. I mean, I probably won't feel pain as a ghost, right?
That's true.
Just try it out, huh?
Come on.
Let's cut off my foot.
I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you need to do that on camera.
I think, yeah, you
we
go.
do.
That's-
No, I don't think you need to do
It's
that.
not gonna hurt. Go
Come
for
on.
it.
Hey, we have a tarot card.
Let's
reading
give him
for
my
you.
foot.
Oh, we
Really
got a
been
tarot card
skimping on
reading.
the tarot cards tonight. Do we agree on that? And we didn't do our sub game. Damn, that's. Oh, okay, hey, fellas, stop sawing off that man's foot. There's a Peter Griffin Neutral Milk Hotel tarot here for you. This means that there was an aeroplane over the sea.
He missed. So all we got is this hand with no sock.
We could get you a. Let me tell you something though. I could put this hand anywhere on your body. Anywhere on your body. If you want a hand, I can get you a hand. Let's talk price.
Did
though.
you hear me do the Peter Griffin laugh right now? Are you just gonna ignore that shit? You're gonna breeze right past the fact that I, Umlaut Largo, just did Peter Griffin laugh to read you the tarot?
That
Put the tarot back up on the goddamn screen.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Thank you. In an aeroplane over the sea.
Well,
That's a surgery we should actually do.
I actually
Yeah.
thought of a surgery like this when I stayed one summer in a neutral milk hotel. So it was a hotel that only had certain types of milk, the ones that weren't controversial. They're neutral. So then, when I was sitting there in a tub of milk in a neutral milk hotel, I thought, what if you could surgically remove somebody's head and put a different head on?
I remember that day.
It was sort of like when the apple fell.
That is exactly what that tarot means. Very good. I would like for you to put that hand right above my taint.
We could do that for you.
Hey, for a price.
Come on, let's talk cash.
Let's talk cash.
Let's talk cash.
I only... Damn it, son of a bitch, I only have Apple Pay.
That's a good one.
That's good.
That's great.
Oh,
So,
what are we doing?
Sweet.
Holy crap!
Holy
They've got an
crap.
airplane over the sea!
Holy crap, Lois, a two-headed boy.
If I knew a single other song from... Name another song from that album.
The King of Carrot Flowers, part 2 and 3.
Holy crap, it's the king of the drunken clam. No. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody, this is the Everything Now Show. We do the show... Is this mic up? Still? The
Yellow
mic
and white.
Hey everybody, it's the Everything Now Show. We do the show 4 times a week, and you can tune in 4 times a week. We do the show on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. On weekdays, we do this show from 7 to 9. On Saturdays, we do the show from 6 to 8. We're so happy to have guests back in the studio. It's going to be like this, hopefully, for a very long time now. Okay, we're back to
Non-stop.
having guests.
4 times a week.
Make sure to join the Everything Now Show Discord. All the tarot card submissions that we saw this evening are from the Everything Now Show Discord. So be sure to join in order to fully engage with the show. If you're watching for the very first time, follow and subscribe, and of course, join the Discord. We also have all of these little social media sites down here. Be sure to subscribe to the Everything Now Show YouTube
Please
page.
do.
We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and we're told that we're gonna make a lot of fucking money.
Do we get one of those
We're
like
making a lot of
little
fucking money.
silver play buttons? Is that what happens
I
at
think that's
1,000
a
subscribers?
lot more, but we're one step closer every time one of you subscribes to getting a little meaningless bit of plastic that we can hang on the wall.
It would mean a lot to us.
It would mean a lot to us.
Absolutely.
Right now, all that we have on the wall is sound dampening,
Egg crazy.
soundproofing.
That's baffling.
Anyway, folks, we had 3 incredible guests tonight. We call them Triple J. They're coming to a town near you.
They call them Triple J.
It's Jack, it's Jake, and it's Just.
Jack,
Come on
Jake,
down.
and Justin. Did we say stop clapping?
All right, hey folks.
Great job, fellas.
What do you have on the dock? You guys have any shows coming up? Anything that they should check out online?
They should definitely check out our new album. It's called Glunky. It's out now.
What's that?
It's called
Glunky.
Oh, I thought someone said my name.
And yeah, it's got we're hip hop artists and we make a lot of different types of music, but this one is very much leaning in the comedy genre. So I think most of the viewers here might enjoy it.
Folks, you're going to love J. Crew if you have not heard their
You gotta
stuff.
check them out.
And watch their music videos. They're
They made a
incredible.
song about having a big ass
It's true.
We did.
True.
It's called Man Cake.
called Man Cave,
It's on that album.
and it's very good. It's very funny.
Thanks, fellas, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having us.
Thanks for having us.
Go to silverstrongad.com. That domain auto-renewed. I got it for a bit 3 years ago, and I have forgotten to turn off the auto-renew.
Hell yeah.
But that'll take you to my YouTube. So silverstrongad.com. We're rocking for another year with that domain, boys.
Rocking in the queer world.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. It's been great to have you back. This was a really fun episode that I think will stand the test of time.
Absolutely. Who are we gonna rate? Oh, also, Quahog 1945, Communist Talking Dog. Just trying to think of other Mutual Milk Hotel, Family Guy bits. Anyone else care about this?
Very good.
God. What else? Two-Headed Meg.
Oh, hey, buy the shirts. Show them the shirts, Rocky.
I don't have one.
There's one right over there.
Oh, fuck!
Quick. Who Googled Lenny Bruce arrested for?
This is a shirt.
Someone on the show computer Googled Lenny Bruce arrested for.
Does this come in
Sounds like a
corduroy?
Chris thing. Yeah, these are exclusively made of corduroy. If you go out into the rain, you will die. Death will be yours. Please buy this shirt. You're out of smalls though, so gain some weight.
Sick. Hell yeah.
We also have black and green.
Let's raid Feedzack. You doing some movie trivia?
That's right. Feedzack does the best movie trivia nights, and Feedzack is just the best in general. So you're gonna want to hang out with him. Tell him we say hi and we love him. Join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific for an all-new episode of Everything Now Show with guests again. Oops. No more two-person shows for a little bit. Oops. Bye.
We're like hoops because we're scoring and dunking. Okay, we're rating now. Bye everybody.
Slamma Jamma from downtown Grant Crater. From
Midtown.
From Mid City.
Okay, we're done.
Great job, fellas. Holy shit, that was so fucking fun.